surely that should be possible, but I'm sure their opponents will put up a big fight. Let's welcome XG.
Choose wisely and crush those responsible.
Xtreme Gaming!
It has been 4 years since the Chinese team was in the grand finals of the International, and Ame, Xingqiu, and Coach Xiaowei were right there. They were so close. They have returned stronger, better, and ready to take on this grand finals against Team Falcons, and they are no strangers to playing in an international.
It is a summit that few have conquered, where the legends of the past have written their own epic stories, where scores of fallen contenders have mourned their shattered dreams. You can give everything and never reach it. But those who triumph here will forge a legacy far greater than fame. 16 teams began this journey in Hamburg. The last two now face off on the ultimate stage. Each is one step from immortality, with one final adversary standing in the way. We gather to bear witness, to honor those who've battled here, to see who will join the ranks of the fallen hopefuls, and who will ascend to the highest tier. The road to victory is always changing. What it takes to be a champion remains the same.
So if you're playing Hoodwink and ET versus Ember Spirit, who's having a good start and is getting these runes, good luck. Good luck, because you cannot defend yourself against this hero. For Falcons, they have their typical map play style of mid. They're going to have their initiation from the offlane. They're going to have Malrine building these early items and running at people.
We actually respect Xtreme a lot as a team, so we're super happy to play them now.
Then let's hear it for the potential of this grand final. Hamburg, make some noise for this grand final!
Welcome to the International, everybody! Let's kick this shit off with a bang! It's China striking first blood!
And also, we have the two biggest support ranged playmakers in this meta, the Hoodwink and the Snap.
Knocked back by the God's Rebuke, will not be able to get a stun off. A second kill for Xtreme in this laning phase as they are up now 1,000 gold.
This is such a strong duo. They want to use the early spell power to build momentum. Earn charge is already online for Xingqiu. Super strong right now.
Lots of damage. Xingqiu stepping a bit too far forward, trying to pressure Skeeter, takes a lot of damage. They even threw the blood grenade at him, but they couldn't go for the kill. While Amar goes down, they trade out cores. Xnova, can he beat down Snaking? One more hit, he's got it. A 2-for-1 special, and the action returns at the top lane, as this time it's Crit who puts his life in danger and does not manage to get out of it.
Nice enchant for the Dispel and the Overpower. Ame trying to hold it, Snaking holds longer.
And of course, anybody who shows up in the top lane is going to die. It's just a matter of time. The Crit's not dead yet. And now with the Ember Spirit here, looks like the Mars in big trouble, and Xingqiu is not able to chase after Crit. It's going to be XXS to fall instead as Falcons bring 4 up to top. They do not want to be losing these early towers.
That was a big committal, and use it defensively. If you want me to continue playing bottom against some of the threat that the Pango holds, the Queen can counterplay that a little bit.
Crit playing games with XXS and JinQ once again, but this time around Xtreme bring a whole lot more heroes to the mix.
Mallory just playing with her mid, looking for that 12-minute power rune.
XM challenges him again. The stomp, it lands. Good bushwhack, the turnaround, and there's the Sonic Wave, but it wasn't even required. JinQ had it well in hand. That bushwhack combined with the sharpshooter.
They're just resilient around the map. They rarely give up really bad core deaths. I mean, the games that are spiraling are going to spiral for anybody, but I feel like they just don't feed in poor places. It's usually getting lanes super deep. Xnova, he's...
okay, the Croaker. Yeah, Snaking had that well in control. There was no problem there whatsoever.
That's that Mage Slayer online for the Ember, so time to get aggressive. Follow Malrine, let him bring these supports back into the game in a really nice position. Look,
Malrine does find another one. Slight chains, kisses. And XXS is biding his time, waiting for Malrine to show, but the kisses give too much information. They have to back away.
Blinks are also online for Falcons. Pango Blink, Sven Blink, Instant Smoke. Falcons are going to look to do what XG just wanted to.
XXS is thinking about striking first, though, and he managed to get the pin. No Yules required. They just blew him up, and the Rolling Thunder will come too late to save the Ember Spirit. But maybe Skeeter, you can see him. He's holding off right now, waiting for his initiation. When's he going to make his blink? They got the arena on for the 2 supports. Now he jumps in right after the Mars. He went in for the off-laner, but now he's surrounded by heroes, and he'll be blown up by Ame. Ame, too, was patient, and he waited for his counterpart in Falcons. He waited for Skeeter.
Beautiful patience from Ame on the side of the fight. He waits for the Sven jump, jumps in with ult. No chance to man fight him this early in the game. Super pivotal at locking down these mobile cores here.
Smoke breaks on XXS. XXS not going to blink forward. Doesn't want to go in blind. Now spawns Snaking, and he'll just pin him. See if they can blow him up with the break. It'll make it a little bit easier, but the heals, man. They can't even burst him down. They just used so many spells and didn't claim the 5 position. They will back out. A good stomp, though, and a pin off of it. They're going to jump in. Ame goes for the kill, and they got him. Amar does what he can, but again, the Rolling Thunder is just not enough to save the life of his buddy. He's got the Yules to defend. XXS trying to stop these kisses. A blink away, and he does manage to prevent any losses there. Falcons, they'll retreat as 4, and Xtreme now own the Tormentor, who is currently XM just about to finish up BKB. That is an aggressive blink. He got a Yules off, though, on the Sven. That delay will not be enough. Too much burst damage coming in from the side. Oh! The Counter Splitter stops Skeeter. Does Xtreme realize this? They certainly do. A BKB, keep him inside the arena. The Skeeter, he's stuck. Ame will come collect the kill that his team served up on a platter, all because of Xnova. His far sight, he saw it coming the entire way, an Earth Splitter to catch the Sven TP. And this is kind of a weird position. We swap places. And it's going to be Xtreme breaking the smoke, going into their own jungle. Wait, got the device initiation onto the Pango, and the Earth Splitter's on top of it with so much magic damage. He is burst down.
Shard stomp in with the boomerang. See you later. No one is surviving that play. What do Falcons try and do here? They're looking on this ward. They have Daedalus on Skeeter.
XXS still has BKB, but they got the sun on him, and from behind, a big crit from Skeeter takes out XXS. The Sonic Wave on 3, Yules up in the air for crit. Skeeter makes a run for it with his BKB, but XM will still pounce on both supports, trying to slow them down, hoping that they can at least get one of them here. Snaking pulled back in, and finally Ame shows up to the fight to claim Snaking's head. He'll get one out of this.
He knows Ame has his back on that counterplay. He knows if Skeeter jumps, he will pay a big price there.
And they have damage for his Sven. Maybe they get the Roshan. But Falcons, I think they still want to force this fight. They're going to try. Malrine, he just throws Dream inside the device on him. Here comes that spear. But the Sven with the amp damage, where is he? He isn't able to get there in time, and now he's been hit by the Yules. He gets the grab onto the Queen of Pain. XM gets on the Aegis! Keeps himself alive, and he blinks away from Skeeter. The initiation has gone all wrong, and now begins the kite. It doesn't kite for long. Ame and his claws will rip through the Sven armor. They'll find another with XXS, a pin against the wall, and Amar, he'll fall as
beautiful kiting from XG. The control on the Sven, stalling up his jump to follow that Ember Spirit.
Well, he said luxury items were coming in. They're here for a couple more heroes. XM with the Shivas. The sight device on the Hoodwink, which is not required for yet another Enchantress kill. No problems killing her now. Now that Ame is playing in the front line, Skeeter's going to make his jump. Gets off the in-range on Ame. Skeeter got that much out of him. But you got that. But you still want to be able to play with the on-god strike. But they jump in anyway. Skeeter, he wanted to fight, but he didn't think it was going to start that way. With him dead and gone. And what are you going to do now? It's up to Maureen and Amar. They're going to have to pull through this fight for you. You buy back on the Sven, but he won't have the God Strength. They're kiting around Ame as best as possible right now. XM, Yules, he dodged out the Stormhammer, and he's going to have a blink up in a second. He still has his BKB. A nice pin from the low ground from XXS. A buyback's being used from Falcons from all these heroes, but they've got nothing for it. They killed a Hoodwink at best. They took out Roadkill, and that's all. Level 25 on XXS, 180 HP regen inside the Arena of Blood. But if they can take him out of the equation right away, nobody on disc. Where is he going to throw out this arena? He's waiting out the BKBs. He knows Skeeter's going to expire soon, and now he's got him. First the sight, then the spear, then the damage that Ame brings to the table.
A dieback on the Sven. Falcons crumbling. No answer for Ame and his jump.
XXS doing his best, even an Outworld staff there. Double daggers to slow him down. Ame still finding more. He first catches Snaking. No buybacks there. He chases after Crit. Another hero to fall on the side of Falcons. Double cookies where they can. And they're chasing after the Ember Spirit on the same side.
Supports are just killing him.
Supports taking out the Ember Spirit. This is going to be Megas. Try and get something out of him.
Gotta go.
Even a BKB. There goes the Rolling Thunder. There goes the in-range show with a BKB turnaround. Skeeter, he's got to run, but he's pushed back in by the Sonic Wave into the claws of the bear. He will be pulverized. A hit in for the Rolling Thunder, but XM, he's still an Eon to be able to work with. A shot coming in. Shin-Q, not even required. Ame is all the damage you need at this point for Xtreme Gaming to close out the game, and they will take the lead in the series of the TI Finals.
A confident Game 1 victory, to say the least.
Aggression from Xtreme Gaming.
I feel like a lot of the theme of this grand finals would be who can XG just stabilize the early game to get themselves to this team fight excellence, right?
I think normally when you play against heroes that as the game progresses become very problematic, like Puck, because you lack disable, a 5-man ball can be very effective, especially if you win your lanes. You just make it so that they don't have a net worth advantage. You end the game before they're too strong.
A lot of fast-paced heroes in this Falcons lineup, a lineup that could absolutely just end this game going high ground at that 25-30 minute mark, particularly with this Abaddon pick for Skeeter. I think they had a couple options in that last slot.
Ame into trouble. Falcons, are they going to claim first blood this time? The Quill, not enough, and Xnova gets the kill on Crit first. You're happy with the trade-off of support for core, but Falcons just get single digits away from first blood.
He can build the stacks up, and Klink's, his tankiness comes online later in the lane, not on those super early levels.
Oh, that damage is building up. Xnova, he's just going to work right now. Crit gives him the tonic, but it's not enough. Amar still falls. They both get dangerously low. Ame ends up going down in the end. If this dagger lands,
dodge might go back in.
And Xnova, he's now going to challenge him. Crit, he's got another dagger coming up, but he still has that whip. Xnova can challenge him, especially with the healing salve going. This is going to be a decent amount of missed CS. Xnova shows Crit on the chase. I like that. He pulls the hard camp too early, so it'll be difficult for Crit to be able to re-pull it at the right time for another stack. This bottom lane, though, is being pressured heavily. They're just going to run over Shin-Q and set up for the Wisdom Shrine. That's going to be a double for Falcons. They got this last time. Xnova, he's a bit surrounded here. The daggers into the Viscous Nasal Goo. Okay. And he can't TP out either because Crit is ready to stop that one. So his life is kind of forfeit here. There's that fear. And Falcons up 2,000 net worth. Backs away, but they know where he's going. He's headed to farm some neutrals. Just outside. He just used an orb. Perfect timing. Get the grab on him. While the orb is done, chain up the disables, push him into the wheel.
Nice connection, perfectly executed. That's an arcane rune, so all your cooldowns coming up again in 20 seconds here
When you make this sort of play, the slower it is, the worse it gets. Mid-tier 2 is being pushed. Top-tier 2 is being pushed. Nobody on Xtreme is showing except for Ame. And I think Skeeter and Maureen, they've made a read of this. They know they're going to go for Skeeter. And this is going to go real bad, potentially. They get the grab, and already the squirrel is gone. And the Bandit is back up to full HP. Xtreme Gaming make their first big move of the game, and they're going to lose 3 heroes and get absolutely nothing in return.
And a double kill for Maureen, 5-0. This is basically going to finish up that BKB.
A really big upgrade to their team fight potential.
He's going to run into Crit. Try and roar and kill him here?
Yeah, Maureen, he's going to jump in, and he gets grabbed on XXS. No roar goes out just yet. The roar's still available, though. XXS, he can throw it out now, and he'll TP away. The whip is going to be there in time. The TP, ill-advised for XXS. He tries to chase down Crit, but it just will not work for him. Kited out by the constant daggers. Both teams aware of the positioning.
That's not the guy you want.
They try and go for the nullifier, but the grab, no, the roar. It's going to stop him. Ame gets a bit of distance, and the Earth Splitter does good damage. Maureen kind of has to retreat here. As tanky as he is, he backs away. Now chasing after the Hoodwink, doesn't get that either, and they got the ultimate out of the Skeeter Abaddon. This is going pretty well for Xtreme, and now with the break, they go after the Abaddon. Escape back to help protect him. No nullifier back up for Xtreme just yet. Maureen with the refresh, though, goes back in with a BKB, and a second round. No roar to protect him this time, and Skeeter on top of him. What a bushwhack, but Ame simply cannot output the damage. These heroes, the Falcons, they are just too big and too bad.
That felt like a fight where XG executed it absolutely to the limit. You couldn't ask for more. They popped so much early, and they will end up losing basically everybody.
This team fight?
Yeah, 5-man coil, 5-man bushwhack, landed ET stomp on top, Earth Splitter goes through, you amp it up on everybody. ATF disconnects. It's definitely doable here.
Okay.
Excellent.
Well, if the Elder Titan isn't alive, they gotta wear through this first life before they use big spells like the Earth Splitter. But the tier 4s are dropping pretty fast here. There goes the Shivas. Maureen tries to make his jump out the grab onto the Beastmaster. Can they blow him up, or is the Primal Beast the one in trouble? He reframes Earth Splitter to actually interrupts him. That world step. Whoa, look at that! He goes right to the middle of them, and Maureen takes 3 down with ease. Falcons go into the Xtreme Gaming base. And Xtreme, they fight out to pretty much the bitter end, but they will call it quits, and we have a tie series now. The TI Grand Finals.
It has been some time without a 3-0, but we will get it here at the minimum.
In writing is just bad.
It looks bad. I feel like this has never happened before. You've lost like a game.
On the main stage and TI Finals?
A TI Grand Final, you have 3 players who they weren't involved in a single kill.
I don't see Shadow Fiend taking on a Beastmaster in the mid lane very frequently, and we talked a lot about the mid lane already, so I would love to continue that trend and hearing from you guys how we feel this matchup will play out.
There's a lot of farm between the two of them.
A lot of farm, nothing happening?
Last thing they want is to be at such a disadvantage they give up the Wisdom Shrine again. Disruption into a bash, into the crush, but the teleport is coming in, and now XXS is the one in trouble. It's first blood going to Snake King, and a second kill on the way. The Shadow Demon, he can do little to stop this Shinkyu doing what he can against Skeeter, but I bet he's wishing he never popped that poison. It does mean that Falcons won't be able to min-max the advantage they got off of those kills. The Slardar able to play the lane solo for a little bit. Primal Roar, and trying to secure the power rune. Don't get the power rune, so instead get the kill.
And no brain sap, no sleep for X-Nova there. Just gets taken down from the high ground.
Shinkyu gonna run into Snake King. A pickoff perhaps? It's gonna be up to Snake King if he can get off a Decrepify that's good enough and make a run for it, but they should just be able to tail him. Nobody around to help him out. The Gyrocopter's not gonna join in on this. And especially if XM, they do have the Beastmaster. They're trying to sandwich this right now, but it's 3 heroes. So it's not so simple as Maureen just running in for the roar.
Can't go in on XM there. He's way too strong.
Then you've got the Demonic Purge countering the saves from Snake King and from Crit, right? You have Escape Act as well as Decrepify that's going to be countered. There is high potential for Xtreme to be able to outplay Falcons, but are they going to be able to get there? As an early game does seem to favor Falcons for now. And we're seeing the impact of that. 12-minute, an Invis Rune. They do have the Sentry in place for this one. Can Xnova get the right Nightmare? Amar got himself stuck. Can he get out of this? The shield crash is stuck, and now he's going to be Fiend's Grip just to make sure the Shadow Fiend gets away. Xnova will die for it, but he sacrifices his life to make sure his mid laner does not go down. That was the most farmed core in this game.
We're going to take it way before you're expecting it.
I certainly wasn't expecting this. I've got free vision. And they're actually going to do it. They're going to run into crit. They're going to chase after this kill. But that means Roshan, it goes the way of Falcons.
What a snatch in this game. You'll gladly trade a support to take this away from this Slardar lineup. But it does mean you'll have to contest the faster Roshan cycle in this game.
Got the Nightmare on him. Team is teleporting in. And yeah, Falcons say that is not even close to tell. Oh, XXS, what was that?
XG have the 2 highest level cores in this game, and it is the Sven and the Shadow Fiend. Those are good levels to have on these heroes.
Aura goes out, trying to blow up the Slardar, and they do manage to get him. Xnova not there in time for a Nightmare save.
There's a lot of physical damage dealers. Decrep might bail you out a little bit. Escape Act might bail you out. Depends when that Demonic Purge comes through. This ward is scouting mid, but they did not. They barely saw
XM and Ame.
See ya. Going up blind, looking for an angle.
XXS.
Oh, he might just run into a
running
bar.
right up there, and they managed to find the Pango. The Pango's the one in trouble. He gets the roll up. He's Demonic Purge, so he has to Rolling Thunder now. XM goes to the Requiem. It doesn't get an easy kill. They chase after Snake King. They'll get that one, but they've blown a lot for this. Meanwhile, the Roar, it gets used on the Sven, and the Sven's at half HP. He's got the BKB. What's he gonna do? Can he turn it and fight? Oh yeah, he can. He brings out Maureen. The Beat's Grip. He takes out Namor as well with XXS chasing down the Gyrocopter.
Triple.
Fun Falcons down. Xnova, Jin-Q. They'll hunt down Crit on the sides of the map. Oh, they'll leave the kill to XM. So nice. Nice dodge. And it means that Xnova will end up taking the kill with the poison.
Yeah, Ame, he doesn't have time for it.
I just can't see a world where they go on the Slardar, and it's good for them, and instead Amar's going to be the one jumped. A roll up and a Rolling Thunder. Away he goes, hits a bash, a little bit of damage, and blinks away. It's XM, actually now. XM's in trouble. There's a disruption save, though, and Ame right on the front lines to bail out his Shadow Fiend. The hit's coming in. Maureen, he can't survive. 28 damage, and more's coming for you. A good whip from Crit will keep them off of Skeeter's tail, but that damage had to put fear into Falcons. Snake King, he delays it. One tapped by Ame. That's what you're dealing with right now. The banner down, and Ame starts going to work.
There's the Gyro Daedalus. This is some damage for Falcons. I mean, this is a Hail Mary.
It is. They've got to somehow find the initiation, but if they're going to do it without Snake King and without a mid lane of Barracks. Trying to deal with a banner. Skater. Oh, man. No good. No buyback available. Requiem just for the fun, just for the hell of it. He's got another one. Why not?
No God Strength, no problem. Just blinks on plays for the attack speed, daring Amar to jump him.
They do manage to get that jump on XM, but there's the Lincolns. Now a refresh. You have to go through another Lincolns. You don't have a Roar to do so. XM jumps, hits the back line with the Requiem, runs down Crit. Full heal, back up, and this is completely dumpstered. Xtreme Gaming. You thought that was good in game 2. You thought Falcons, they had the advantage, that they made a statement.
MVP on the Primal Beast. Coming into game 3, he's a Beastmaster. Lane goes well, but he farms backwards. I think Falcons, they need to identify Maureen. He needs to play into the map, break open the game. When he's farming or shut out, Falcons look to struggle, and it gives so much time for XG to come online. Back in 2023, when he played carry on Nigma Galaxy, one game and he lost, but it doesn't matter. He has that one game of experience, and the thing is, Amar, he plays like the off-lane Slark 6-7 months ago. He wants to be annoying, like Effie mentioned. If you can win the lane, sure, he likes to be chaotic.
So Falcons get their Hoodwink Sand King combo. This is a combo we've seen them abuse before. With the amp damage from the Boomerang into the Sand King damage, Sharpshooter on top, that's enough to take anybody out.
Disruption in the bottom lane, being run down by the Gyrocopter. Shockwave trying to separate the two of them, but Jin-Q is slowed down by the Blood Grenade, and the first blood will be taken by Skeeter. In turn, he's skewered back into the tower, but XXS not enough to finish him off. And just now noticing that Snake King opted for drinking buddies over the tag team.
This is their combo with the gyro, right? Drinking buddies him up, let the flat cannon go to work. Really nice damage buff for this hero. Just had to throw that out there at least once.
We'll love to see the combination with that Ursa and how it happens. Epicenter being used. XM didn't expect this little bit.
No way.
No. He's stuck inside the sandstorm. There's no way he survives a blood grenade just in case they finish him off. Everywhere you look, Falcons max efficiency. Malreen's going to join them here in the bottom lane. Goes after the Shadow Demon. They've got him. Burrow strike underneath the sandstorm. He'll try and disrupt. He can't even get that much off. Malreen does too much damage. He didn't even pop the amp damage. He'll use it now to put pressure on this offlane tower, knowing that the Magnus is not ready to contest.
Oh, it's super nice. Not normally a tower you want to prioritize early, but against the Magnus lineup, you open up both these ancient camps. Or both these side camps and the ancient camp. It's going to feel great.
Make a run for it, Crit. He slowed down a little bit. Amar challenging XM. With this early level 6, he can stand up to the damage of the Diabolic Edict. Crit, though, he tried to make his way, weave his way through those trees. Too many heroes from Xtreme Gaming up here, though. It's just so Amar. XXS chased after, missile, and a snowball. And now the ultimate over the top. Double ultimates to secure the kill.
Beautiful connection there. They're going to go
Crit had to go back to pick up Amar in this smoke, but Malreen, he's got the vision. And in Mame, there's no way out on this one. The kill will be taken by Crit.
Got to scout with the ET Spirit here. Gain some sort of vision advantage. Scan lands, they know they're there.
Malreen, he blinks backwards. Skeeter, he's the one to play on the front lines. Gets a little vision. Spots XM. XM, he's in danger of being blown up right away, but holds the gyrocopter. He's pulled backwards there. CRB lands a 3-man. A skewer to finish off one, but the damage is not done yet. Malreen fighting underneath the sandstorm, and Ame behind the shards can't get to his allies.
He's blocked off.
He is blocked off, and now Falcons start making their retreat. Nova desperately with the stomp. He gets two. Ame, here comes the hammer. Malreen, he makes the bro strike away. Malreen's out. They'll try and get Snake King, but a shards to block him off again. Ame, he tried to show up for his team. And on the other side, Malreen and Crit, the true threat is here. The two-man power team. So much burst damage with this epicenter. They've got the Mag dead. He tries to skewer away, but he cannot escape. And now, X-Nova, he can't escape. The bear as well. No, wait. The Purge, it slowed him down just enough, but even worse, it's XM sinking. Now he arrives back into the fight, gets the stun, a Burrow strike to finish him off. 2 cores dead on the side of Xtreme. The supports limp back to the base.
Might get a taste of the bear right here. XM, that's not who you want to run into.
Amar hunting him down, got a bash. Not required, but Crit will lend a helping hand. Thanking Amar for the kill.
Might just decide the fight.
Yes, he may be behind the gyrocopter and the Ursa in net worth, but the Empower adds so much. The epicenter fine, gets the Magnus though. And there goes all the initiation. Ame is going to try and chase after them, but they're already out. They're up to the high ground, and you cannot go blind up there.
But he's still waiting on the cooldown. 2 seconds left for this ultimate. Gotta fish again, gotta find another skewer.
Skeeter getting closer and closer. Ame goes to challenge him, and he's pulled away a little bit by the drinking buddies. Now he pops the Satanic, and it's Ame's turn. Ame's low, corner HP. He needs to be able to hit something. It's finally gonna be Snake King. Gets that kill, starts backing away, but here comes Malreen with the epicenter to slow him down. They take out Ame. XM in trouble outside the base. He'll be run down as well. 2 cores on Xtreme, neither have buyback, and Falcons in a position to push us to Game 5. It is over. Xtreme, call it early. They say that's fine. Touche. We'll see you in Game 5.
This series will go the distance. I don't even remember.
I love the fact that Snake King also went for drinking buddies on the Tusk, right? They turned this lane into such a dominating bit of aggression, right? You apply the drinking buddies onto the gyrocopter, you can chase down the lane.
So far, though, every time it has gone later, it meant that the early game was stable. I do need to know how are these lanes going to play out. Are we going to have a stable early game?
it feels stable from both teams, right? Farm on both sides, and it really comes down to individual choices in the game, individual items and how they approach it.
There's outworld stabs. So much can go wrong, and yet so much can go right here. If you land the perfect ultimate, it can break that late game fight open.
Disruption setup. Fisher block off a bit of damage. Snake King, though. Naga Siren, a very tanky support. And once again, Crit's going to make the early TP rotation for the punish on Xtreme Gaming. That should lock it down. XXS has nowhere to run to, and first blood is claimed by Crit.
He makes the same rotation top he did in that other game. Turn that lane around, which, by the way, he is winning the lane CS, but this Pango has been farming jungle incredibly efficiently. Malrine is getting through this matchup.
XXS, he knew there was going to be some sort of glimpse shenanigans here, and now with the Fisher, he's trying to save his support, pull back in. Once again, this Korrigan's grass is turning out beautiful when he's got so much set up for it, both the pull-in of the ensnare and the glimpse. Juggernaut, you're just not going to get a kill with that duo.
It's the downside. No disable on this Pugna to set up the spin kill. Means Xnova's going to have to look
early.
elsewhere.
Rolling Thunder goes after XM. Malrine gets stuck on the cliffs. Still able to find a second hit, but now it's underneath tower. And XM, he's trying to get off the Requiem, unable to do so. Maybe he can threaten it now. Oh, man, he's get a big heal off the Magic Wand stack. Malrine's the one to die instead. The race to finish him off, and now the punishment comes in twofold. The Shin-Q managed to get a disruption on top of that for a second kill. XM taunting Malrine. He was already walking away with the lane win, but now he's got a massive lead. 57 CS, a kill to be a part of. 3,200.
The fifth, it might get the kill.
Ooh, it was close, but not quite good enough. A raindrop is what separates Snake King from life and death. He's not going to be rushing the Blink Dagger, which, considering the lack of pressure so far from the Shadow Fiend, I'm inclined to agree with him.
This is the normal progression you want right here. This is going to help you scale
early Omni Slash, and Amar, he levels up the RP, but he will not be able to outlast the Omni Slash.
What a find from Ame. The timing on that is tight with the next wave coming in. You really have to get it on point.
Crit and Malrine.
They want Ame. If he gets spin off, this might not work, but you have RP.
RP straight to the Static Storm. He gets off the spin initially. They're still going to go for the kill. The teleports are coming in. He may need a disruption to bail him out here. He got off that disruption right before the Static Storm finishes him with the silence, but it's not enough. Too much with the Rolling Thunder on top of everything. Falcons, they just bring too many heroes to this. And Xtreme, desperate to bail out their carry, just give more to Falcons.
Such a nice timing to hit with this Pangolier. You even get to hold the Haste Rune.
But they're going to sandwich him.
They
punish.
Kick him out.
Didn't want to go for the Medusa, but they'll catch Amar on the other side, go through the gate, hit him with the Blink Dagger. And without a skewer, there's nowhere really to run. They try the Static Storm to give him some time here, but another 5 seconds till a skewer, and he's just completely surrounded.
Kill to Ame. Boost that Juggernaut up. Prove it problematic, and you throw some disruption spells behind him, some sustain later on. This Naga's going to build some utility.
Quick Static Storm, X-Nova.
And they're just running a pack. Quick Pugna kill, run the same heroes into the mid lane, grab the Shaker this time.
Pull him back in with the RP and the Rolling Thunder to ensure that if Xtreme were to respond, it's a hard fight to take. XXS is tanky, but not that tanky, and XM tries to come in with the Requiem. He's doing this solo. Wait, no, Ame comes in from the side with an Omni Slash.
It's a great one.
Malrine, he gets a lot of damage on him, but it's not enough. One more hit, and Essence Ring. It keeps Malrine alive.
And I'll pause as Ame's kill attempt falls short. One hit. He didn't want to spin for it. If your Jug is afraid to show on lanes and get it back out because there is BKB piercing spells in this game, then you're really going to struggle. It's going to fall to Shaker to show a lot more, and he's your playmaker you want off the map, and it's really going to fall on Jin-Hyu to deal with the lane pressure by returning the illusions into Falcons. Looking for the glimpse, force the spin. I don't think Amar's in range here to try and turn it around, so no damage, no foul after that pause. Downside of the butterfly, right? Goes both ways. There's the Scotty, however, 2,000 mana pool.
It'll be the downside of the Scotty as well.
Oh, they found
the initiation on the Magnus. A massive pickup, but he's still got the RP, the song. Still, the RP has to be used defensively alongside the song. They just got to run. Echo Slam got used, but XM does not get off the Requiem. And your own vision is going to be in danger because the early gen pickup from Falcons They're going to push into this side of the map again. Once again, looking for a glimpse play. They know XM doesn't have his BKB. He just has to Requiem. Hope that the Fear pushed them far enough back, but the Magnus is going to chase after a Snake. He got him with the ensnare. Wait, a Fissure, they're so clumped up. A Fissure hits on 4. If only there was some damage behind it. But Ame, he wasn't there yet. He's trying to get there somehow, wrapping through these trees areas, but he's just not going to be able to get there to punish anything. It's going to be instead Xinqiu to die. Both supports fall, and they take that high ground ward away from Xtreme. It's just 100-0.
Falcons are building up the cheap answers right now. Double Ghost Scepter across their 2 cores as the MKB arrives. The Mag and the Pango.
Goes fishing, finds the Horn Toss. Disruption, but only halfway through, and Malreen's going to ensure the kill, at least trying to with the Rolling Thunder. Xnova protects himself. There's an Omni Slash. He may make it to his team. Malreen is still alive. No, he goes down, and Xinqiu finishes him off with the Demonic Purge.
Is this the opening? XG, can you find more right here?
If they can just catch Skeeter, but the Fissure was just a little bit off the mark. Now he's teleporting away. The Croaker stopped.
The disruption.
It's not disruption. Oh, he was halfway through that animation. The Roshan roars, and that's the call to action for Xtreme. They bring their 4-man, but what about Ame? He's trying to make his way over here. They don't know how quick they go. They go disruption out, and on the side there goes that Requiem, blowing up Malreen, skewered back onto the Shadow Demon. He got a Demonic Purge. That is excellent. And Decrepify goes down as well. They have to Static Storm this Shadow Demon just to get the kill on him.
This fight is open right now.
It is. Ame wasn't even a part of that one, and now he's got his Omni Slash. Xtreme Gaming, there's an opening here. Take down the tier 3 in quick succession. There's that axe. Flying out for crit. If they get the right, no! It's gonna be Xtreme jumping first. They go all in for the Magnus, and they've got him.
Look at Skeeter, he got veered into the base.
He did, he got pushed in deep. Falcons get a bit separated, but Xtreme, once again, they're playing it slow. They hit the Fissure now, the follow-up. Ame, he's making the call to jump in. Takes a lot of damage. Oh no, they're rolling down the Omni Slash. No! Ame! What about the Omni Slash? Break it down for me, Avery. How does Xtreme win this fight?
Massive Requiems, a great catch from XXS, and the Omni Slash has to land.
He got 2! He got 2 inside of that! The man just took it to him! He said, what do I need? It's all me, baby! I've got this! Finds an opening on 2. Now Ame has an opportunity. Oh, that Outworld Staff, man! It's just too good of a counter to the Omni Slash! Ame's making a run for it. He'll get back to the base safely. Falcons have bought back on Amar, though.
They want to end it. They still have Aegis. They know all the ults are on cooldown. This junk did not do enough with the opening.
Almost out of man on the first life here. Skeeter is getting quite low.
They do have a refresh Requiem available.
Yeah?
Look, A on disc, ready to be assembled for ATF. You might not be able to get that same kind of play on the Magnus anymore.
One building left till Megas.
You gotta go here.
HP, where's the jump? They make the jump now. Try and hit for the Requiem. The RP gets locked down as well. Song. Still though, the Fear pushes the Medusa inside. Little bit of a problem. Half mana for now. Trying to stall things out. Got the Static Storm out. Glimpse back onto him. Refresh. He couldn't get off the BKB. He's in trouble. Decrepify's gonna wear out. XM, now he gets off the BKB. He's making a run for it, but the Stone Gaze will allow Skeeter. He'll take Megas.
XG against Megas.
He doesn't want to let him lead. He's running straight to him. He challenges Crit, but a cheese goes off. Crit, he's alive for now, but he's separated the rest from the Medusa refresh, and now he's got lots of stuns. It's a Winkle, a little bit more. Requiem, Fissure, everything they have. A jump forward, goes after Crit once again. Way to bash. Still though, the Medusa's in trouble. Ame, wait the song, and they can't stop him.
Where's
he's teleporting away. There is no stuns.
He didn't Omni him in the Ghost Blade because he felt like he was gone, but the song bailed him out. And we've seen how quickly that fight can go XG's way. This game is not easy to end right now.
Mar has an E on disc. He's ready to put together if this initiation goes wrong, but it doesn't. He got the opening on the Shadow Fiend straight to the Static Storm. That's going to be a buyback.
No disruption in time. A clutch pickoff. They lost tier 4s off that. They lost so much.
They realized that Xtreme are a bit out of position. If they can get to the base before some of these other heroes, they can get yet another pickoff. It's Xnova again.
Does not have the buyback available.
Is that enough, Falcons? Ame, he's tired of this. No, the Lotus Sword. Swift Slash. It was just a Swift Slash. Meanwhile, Xinqiu, he just died in an instant. Skeeter took him out. And oh no, XM, he got bashed up right as he tried to go for the Requiem, and he's gone.
XG crumbling right now.
They're wearing through these heroes one by one. And Ame in frustration, he managed to get his spin up there. The inside, but it's that Stormer response, and it's Song as well. Still though, the spin gets off the side spin and bounce backwards. It didn't get onto the heroes. Now what do? You need a refresher. XXS, he can't go back. He has to go in. He has to use everything he has. Refresher into the Echo Slam. They get one. They got one lead. Half HP on Skeeter. Ame fighting for it. Can he take down Dusa?
The Song!
No! The Song! And now a refresh. When he comes back up, Snaking has just saved the game for them. It was going to be the Dusa dead, and instead, it's a Falcons victory.
Ame, you've been here before. Will you be denied again?
3 times denied. A horn toss and it's over. Falcons, they've done it. Falcons are your TI champions. Called Creep Wave, moving to different teams, cheering each other on every step of the way, and now realizing their dreams as a team. And then Crit, the player at this TI, the longest consecutive run, 12 years in the making for him, and now the moment of triumph. The International 2025 champions, Team Falcons!